All right. Okay, let's begin. So BTP. Okay. Have you heard about the term BTP before, Janashri? Can you
Yeah,
tell me anything that you know about it already?
so BTP, I heard that it is technology platform. It is like platform as a service, and
Mhm.
like we have many other modules in BTP as application development we can do, then data, then we can do integration SAP to SAP and SAP to non-SAP systems, and
Mhm.
we can also like BTP AI is also there.
Hmm.
So that's what I know.
Okay, great. That's a good start. So I'll start sharing my screen as well. Okay, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so you rightly stated. Um, so it's a platform as a service by SAP. So that is correct. And so, but I want to clarify that it's not a, a platform which is meant for just one purpose, right? Just which you also stated, right? So it's a platform as a service. So this platform is SAP's future since it was rolled out in 2021, right? And since then, SAP's thinking or strategy is that going forward, the major development will happen on BTP instead of the core ERP system, which is your S4. Okay, so and slowly when we'll uh, progress in our course, right, you will realize that everything in SAP's strategy is linked towards that. So this perspective that I'm giving you, I can guarantee you that nobody else currently gives this perspective. Um, and I'll show you exactly how, right? So even I am realizing this as I'm working in the industry that everything that SAP is bringing now is slowly linking towards this as a platform. Okay, so number one that it offers is application development and automation, right? So how do we do application development and automation? So let's dig slightly, keep talking about each of these services. So under application development and automation, what comes? So number one uh, thing which comes is your wrap, right? So this is the framework which is based on ABAP, right? That's why we also call it as ABAP wrap, right? So what is the full form? It's basically REST application um, protocol. Oh, sorry, not protocol, programming. Okay. So REST application programming, right? So then number two is CAP, right? So this is the framework which uses primarily, so this wrap uses your ABAP CDS as the core language, right? And then CAPM uses Java and Node.js, but there are also other plenty of other languages also uh, which you can use to code. And I explain why, right? Because it's important to understand it is not just one language, it is multiple languages that are supported. And the reason for that is we are hosting all of these services on an environment which is called Cloud Foundry environment, right? So Cloud Foundry is a open standard, and that is the reason that it supports multiple languages. Okay, so RAP and CAPM are the two basic frameworks using which we do this, and where does automation comes into picture, right? So automation, under automation, SAP has something called as a BPA, which is nothing but business process automation. Okay, so under it you can develop workflows which can automate your day-to-day work, right? So these are the under application development and automation. These are the three key pillars. So four key pillars under SAP BTP are application development and automation, data analytics, integration, and AI, right? And under application development and automation, you have these three further frameworks. So far, so good. Any questions?
Yeah, like this RAP, CAPM, and BPA, I have heard, but I don't have much knowledge. Like, I don't have any idea. Just whatever you told me right now. That's it.
That's why I'm telling you from the basics. And that is the reason that I'm explaining you from the basics, because so that we will be at the same page, right? Later on in the sessions, and when I use one of these terms, that you will not be taken by surprise that, oh, what is this term that he's using?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then the next key component, and which is the most important component in this BTP platform, is the integration. Right now, I'm telling high level, and then we'll go deep. Especially our focus is on integration, so obviously that we will definitely go in a lot of details, a lot of hands-on as well. But others also, I'll tell you a little more about it, how it is done. Right? So, okay. And for integration, SAP, so we understand that SAP BTP is a platform, correct? Under the platform, there are services which one subscribes to, right? So one of those service is called SAP IS. IS is nothing but integration suite. Okay. Now under IS, we have capabilities. Okay. The number one capability is called cloud integration. Okay. Cloud integration is a iPaaS. Now here is what I was briefly mentioning earlier. So iPaaS. What is iPaaS? iPaaS is integration platform as a service. Okay. So cloud integration is integration platform as a service um, under SAP IS. Then the next capability which is under SAP IS is, and I'm listing them down in the order of their key importance. So cloud integration is the most important. Then the next one is APIM, application programming. Oh, sorry, application programming, APIM management. Okay, application programming interface management. Okay, so this is the second key component. The third key component is TPM, which is the trading partner management. Right. The fourth key component is SAP Event Mesh. Okay, so this is very latest and in a lot of demand right now also. So these are the key components, but there are a few more which typically we don't use. That's why I don't remember, but let's quickly open just for the completeness sake so that we don't miss them. So in the probably in the next session, if we continue, then I will show you how to set up. What is this, man? How to set up the your trial tenant and include not just trial tenant, the BTP IS and then cloud integration API, all of that's how to set up those. Okay. So, for example, this is my universal ID, and I've linked the universal ID to multiple accounts. So that's why you see a lot of choices there. So if I go home here, so integration B2B scenarios. So this is trading partner management and APIs. And then there is something very latest which has come up. So far it was not there, which is O data services designing also. You can also design the O data services directly now. Okay, so but let's ignore that right now for complete. I mean, otherwise you will. I don't want you to get confused. When we do the practicals, I'll show you that. But these are the key things which you should know and remember for now. Okay, and then of course there is AI as a service where you can develop your AI services, um, and then data analytics. This field is still evolving. SAP keeps pushing a lot of products in the market because some of their products did not work very well. So the latest product in this field is in the data analytics product is called SAP Data Sphere. You'll see there are plenty of openings for this skill as well because it is very new and very niche, very limited folks in the market know about this. So data analytics, SAP Data Sphere is the latest product um, which is actually used as a data warehouse, just like BW is a product from SAP, right? And there is another product called SAP SAC, which is Analytics Cloud, right? Okay. So, so these are the key pillars, right? And then that's what I had listed there as if you want, I'll share as well. This also contains the corresponding links to study, but this is all available on internet. So there is no specific slide required for this. This is all available on SAP websites. Okay, so um, so far so good. Do you have any doubts? Otherwise, I'll delve into one of the other key aspects.
Okay, just regarding you said trial account setup, so like that will be lifetime or I heard that trial account is 1 month, but there is another account also which will be lifetime, free tire, I guess. So which account we will be setting?
Trial account is easy because that free tier which you're talking about, basically that is something called as pay as you go account, wherein if you use beyond a free tier, then you'll have to pay something. So far that I've seen is that trial account works well. So we can start with that. Okay. So
So
trial
it is
account, how it is works is if you are active within the account, after every 30 days, it will keep extending you.
okay,
Okay. But if you're not active, then it will deactivate your account and eventually delete it.
okay,
So after, you can keep renewing it. Actually, it does not expire. It you can keep renewing it. If you're active on that account, it will keep extending you.
okay, okay.
Hmm. Okay. All right. So one of the things that I wanted to tell you is that um, when BTP was started, it was started in. So there are two things, right? Do you understand the concept of environment? What is an environment in terms of programming world?
Environment in the sense where we develop something like where we work like we have some development environments, testing like QA environments like that.
So you are close actually, but there are two parts to development. Okay. So one is where you design something, or develop something, right? Some places it is called designing, and some places it is called development, right? You
Mm-hmm.
typically do it in some IDE. In SAP world, we do it in SAP GUI, which is within SAP system itself on the application server, and now the recommended approach since many years is to use Eclipse, right? So Eclipse is an IDE, right? This
Yes.
is your design time, right? But it's not. So what is environment is where actually your program will run, right? It's a
Mm-hmm.
runtime environment, right? So let's say my program, I've written a program to select some data from the database, and then I call, I need basically a HTTP service to call a REST service and send some data. Okay. So during my runtime environment, during my runtime of the program, I need access to the database. That's number one. And I need access to that API. I need access to the runtime memory, right? So the environment provides you all of this, right? So in SAP, normally you're a SAP developer, right? You do a web coding,
No, I am like a consultant, techno-functional.
which
I
so
I don't.
techno-functional. So you do write programs, right?
We have like in MII we have so we have transactions to build like in BLS. So we
You are in
don't.
SAP MII, is it?
Yes.
Okay. So in that also you will be building something, right? In some environment.
Yeah.
Okay. So so that is the when you run your and deploy your program, when it runs, right? So that is your environment, right? So in BTP, imagine that BTP is on a cloud, right? So it needs some environment to run, right? So whatever you deploy, it needs some sort of environment, right? And I'll show you practically in the BTP cockpit as well that uh, every time you set up a tenant, even the trial tenant, there is actually a Cloud Foundry environment that gets um, created as a part of the sub account creation. If not, then you will have to create it, right? So because without an environment, you cannot do anything, right? That is any programming language, that is a basics. Okay, so why I'm telling you all these stories just to so that you understand that SAP earlier started with something called as Neo, right? If you see here, and now Neo is how do you say it? Neo is phased out, and only Cloud Foundry is supported. Okay, in some cases it could be still running, but eventually it will phase out, right? So what is the difference between Neo and Cloud Foundry? So Neo runs in SAP managed data centers, right? So uh, I think this is a basics of cloud, but I hope that you understand that by cloud it means that it is running in some data center, right? The only difference between a cloud and on-prem is that earlier the company used to host a server in its own premises. Now it is giving that job to somebody else like AWS, Google, or Microsoft Azure, right? So Azure, all of these Azure or Google or AWS, all of these companies have bought some land where they have put servers and servers, and then that space they are giving to you, right? So SAP also started this service that they created their own data centers and they created their own cloud service, right? So Neo was based on SAP controlled data centers. Now, um, when this was happening, then some of the customers were not comfortable because they wanted their flexibility, right? The other vendors like AWS is very popular in the market. Microsoft Azure is very popular in the market. In some cases, Google is also used by customers. So people wanted flexibility, right? That I would want to choose my own cloud. So that is where SAP came out with a concept of having the cloud based on open platform, and it calls as Cloud Foundry. So Cloud Foundry basically supports multiple cloud deployment like AWS, Azure, GCP's Google Cloud Platform, right? And not just that. So Neo primarily supported languages like Java and HTML, right? Um, and I think as a runtime, it also supported ABAP. I'm not sure about that, but I think so. But Cloud Foundry, you have multiple runtime environments. There are three main environments, like it says here, right? So ABAP is one, then it is Kaima, and there is one more, and I'm forgetting the name. ABAP, Kaima, and I think Kubernetes. I don't know whether Kaima is Kubernetes. One second, let me just confirm this. It's important. So okay. So it's only two. Sorry, my bad. So it is ABAP environment and Kubernetes. So Kubernetes basically is an application runtime which supports multiple. Like it's like a virtual machine where you can host, you can deploy any application, right? So basically so they created something which is like very flexible for future. If let's say you have a company where you have a Java developer and you don't have a web developer, so you can use this Kaima environment, and you can, use the CAPM framework, ask them to develop an app, and then using OData APIs, you can pull data from SAP, and that's how you create a app. Okay, so clear about this. So Neo and Cloud Foundry.
Yes.
Okay, great. So if you see, this answers your question as well. You were saying that there is a free tier, right? So this is that free tier, but you also note that it says that, I mean, it is classified here under as commercial offerings. Why it is calling it as commercial? Because this is also commercial. You'll have to, if I'm not wrong, record a credit card and so the advantage with this free tier is that, let's say I'm a company and I'm not sure that I want to take SAP BTP, right? So SAP gives me a free tier where I can explore, I can develop some applications, I can develop some interfaces, right? And then you think that, oh, I've developed this is working very well, I don't want to lose it, right? If you do it on a trial tenant, you will lose it. You cannot move that stuff to your productive tenant. But if you do it on this free tier, which is under the commercial offering, you can actually convert the same tenant to a paid tenant, one of the other subscription type, which is like pay as you go or CPA credit based, and then it will carry on to your services. Okay. So don't worry if something is too much for you. This all is not of absolute day-to-day use to you. The main thing that you should definitely, let's say after the session, if you want to study and revise or get your hold on a few topics, then BTP core pillars of it, these parts which we are covering, and just remember that what is the difference between a Neo and Cloud Foundry, because these are the things which will help you clear the interview. But the cost wise, all of that at your level, it is not required. I'm just telling you for your information, because the more you know about the platform, it will be easy for you to function as a consultant later on. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So we talked about this. Let me just give you because we will spend 15 minutes more. right? And then probably if you continue, then next session we'll start doing some hands-on as well. So I'll show you a demo of the BTP tenant.
So this also you have free trial account only.
Yeah, this is a trial account. Yes, I keep extending it, right? For me also, if I don't use it for, let's say, 30 days, it gets expired, and then I just reset up it.
So you will just lose your work, like whatever you have practiced in that.
But there's a solution to that. If I don't want to lose my work, I can download it.
Oh.
You can download your work as a zip file. And see, best is to not lose it. So if even if you log in once and not do anything, it will not delete your account.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so this is how a BTP cockpit looks like. Typically, in a company, you already know probably that in SAP our roles are divided, right? So there's a basis guy, there's a security guy, there's a developer, there's an architect, right? That's how we typically function. So typically, you will not have access to a BTP cockpit.
Hmm.
So, but like, and you are a developer, but in your interview, this is my personal experience. If you tell them that you are very familiar or just familiar with a BTP cockpit and what are the key components, you will definitely have an edge, right? So it's, and then when you deepen your journey, learning journey, then you will get more confidence because you will know the environment from the ground up, right? It's not just, okay, typically how you function is just like I asked you a question right now, right? So you said that, oh, we log in into this thing and we work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Instead of that, if you say to a other person that, okay, we work in this environment and that's how I open a service, and so this gives the other person altogether a different impression wherein he knows that you know your subject from the ground up, right? So that's why this demo as well. So this is once I set up my BTP cockpit. Um, this is the main screen, right? So I will typically be landed at this page, right? So welcome to BTP trial, and then go to your trial account, right? So essentially, the page where I'm just going now is the page where it's a main page. Did you notice, by the way, this one message? You are an active user. So your trial account was automatically extended for another 30-day interval. So it
Yeah.
will keep checking. So you don't have to do anything. If you are regularly logging in like once in a week kind of thing, it will automatically extend your account. Okay.
Okay.
So how BTP is organized is there are global accounts and then there are sub accounts. So let me show you this. So at the top, you have a global account. Typically for every company, you have only one global account. And then under it, you have several sub accounts. Okay. So what is the difference between a global account and a sub account? A global account is a contract, basically. Let's say I am company X. I go to SAP and I say that I need BTP services. So they will send me some paperwork. I will pay them, right? And as soon as I pay them, they will give me a login credential, right? And basically, they will give me a global account. So global account is nothing but a contract between me and SAP. So even in this trial account, so this is my global account. This is my direct connection with SAP. Now under global accounts, we typically have directories and sub accounts. Directory is nothing but just like in your Windows, you have directories to organize stuff, right? So it is exactly the same. So for example, right now, I have a global account and under it, I have a trial sub account. Let's say this is a productive company and I want to organize, I have, let's say 10 sub accounts and I want to organize these sub accounts further. then I will create folders, which is essentially a directory, and I will put them under it. So it's a way to organize your stuff, right? This
Hmm.
typically is done by the admin people. Yeah, go ahead.
No, nothing.
Okay. So, so typically when I log in, what I do is I land at this page, I enter the sub account, and under the sub account, my uh, main services are there, right? So um, let's start from the general tab. So under every sub account, or even actually, sorry, let me go back once. Let me start from the global. So under every global account, there are a set of entitlements which SAP gives you. Now, what is an entitlement? Entitlement is nothing but the ability to subscribe to a service and create its instance. Okay, for example, under my global account, I have one ABAP environment service. So these are all services, see, available services. So these are 61 services which SAP is giving me for free to try in my trial account, uh, to learn as well. So ABAP environment, alert notification, API management, API portal. This is something that we talked about. API management developer portal, right? So there are many services. Cloud Foundry environment, right? So I'll show you that Cloud Foundry environment is also already created, right? So CI/CD. So there are countless services, and SAP is continuously creating new service, right? Let's say if you check this after a couple of months, then probably you will find that there are more services, right? And the number of service also changes. So when I'll show you when we set up this account, you can choose multiple regions like US, Europe. There are set data centers, right? So for example, if my sub account is in Asia region, right? So depending on that region also, your number of services changes. That is how SAP has organized it, right? So that's how. And then under security you have users. So typically, but though I'm showing you this for the completeness of the demo, but typically we don't do anything in the global account, because global account is not meant for these purposes. The max that you do in a global account is the administrator adds him a new person as an admin account for a particular sub account. That's it. That is what you do. Not even permissions to users. Like if you typically, if I go here, there are roles, right? So you will only find this global account admin. That's it, because that is what this is meant for, right? Then there are role collections, trust configuration, and then the usage metrics, right? So uh, very generic stuff, but nobody, I mean, we're not supposed to do anything in the global account, because global account is not giving me the final service, right? This is just admin level stuff, right? So now if I go to the sub account, okay, now this is the entitlements, like I was showing there. If you see here in the sub account, you have more number of entitlements, right? So this all depends on how SAP is giving for a particular region, right? And this sub account is actually hosted in Singapore. If you see, Singapore is the um, region where the data center is present, and cloud provider is Microsoft Azure. Okay. Now this is the subdomain, tenant ID. All of this is just metadata. Sometimes we use this ID. What is my sub account ID in setting up? Let's say I'm setting up some service. So sometimes it will ask you for a sub account ID. So you should know where is my sub account ID, right? So this is important to know. And rest, nothing else is much important here. Now coming to the environment, if you see here, cloud Foundry environment is automatically created. So I particularly myself did not go ahead and create this. It was automatically created, and it has allocated a certain set of memory based on what my entitlement was. Right? If you see this manage environment instance, I can go in and manage it in detail. Then you have also an option of Kaima environment. So depending on the entitlements that I have, I can even set up a Kaima environment, which is based on Kubernetes platform. So if I want to find out whether I do have that in my account or not, how will I find? I will go here and I will find Kaima. Sorry, yeah, so it is available, but I wanted to show you not this. I want to show you here. So these are the entitlements. So here, why is it not showing? Timer runtime trial. So here it will. So if you just come to the bottom of this page under entitlements, it will show you what all are available to you on this trial tenant and how much is available. Quota assignment is how much is that available. So if I want, I can create 10 user data management 10 instances of this service. Rest all is typically one because this is a trial account, right? SAP does not always obviously want to ruin itself and give you all for free. So SAP, so all of these are there. So this is the number of instances that you can set up for this product. Okay, is it clear?
A number of instances in the sense what exactly? Like,
So I'll show you. So I have, for example, I've created 6 instances in this my account so far. Um, so if you see here, I've set up integration suite, right? So if I want, um, and I have only one quota of this, right? So if I want to set up one more integration suite account, it will not allow me because it will say you don't have further quota, right? So I don't even have the create option. Why? Because I only have one instance of it, right? Instances
so it is
independent unit of it.
okay. So if I am creating, practicing one project on it, so like only one I can try on this, like that, or
No, no, no. So imagine it like, let's say in your home you are getting a basket to organize your clothes, okay? And you have been given a budget of 5 baskets, right? So you put clothes in one basket, it gets full, and then second and third and fourth and fifth. But you still have clothes left, but you don't have more baskets, right? So this is that basket wherein I will do my work, right? If I go to integration suite, I can do a lot of stuff here, right? But if I want to have another integration suite with a different address, whereas which is a brand new environment where this thing is not there, I cannot do that. Understood?
okay.
So it's very simple. So in your let's say desktop, you have one Microsoft Office, right? You typically, if you have subscription, you can install 2 different instances also, right? There are ways to do it. But your company only bought one license for you, right? Imagine it like this. But
Okay.
there are some services where I can do multiple accounts. So for example, if you saw BPA, business process automation, it had 10 entitlement, so I can create more of it. Okay.
Yeah.